Good morning. Welcome to your practice. We are at day 38 of Sahasrara. What a journey. What a journey. An amazing opportunity to know ourselves from bottom to top. So if you have a bolster, sit yourself up for a moment. Fidget, move, settle, whatever needs to happen. And if you have your oils, they go to the forehead center, the crown of the head, the base of the skull, and the base of the spine. So this line that wraps around from the front of the forehead, the space of how we envision, how we perceive that which is previously unperceptible. We're bringing it into being by seeing it. Look at that, nearly finished. And so this being Eastern body, Western mind, still hanging out with Anadea Judith. And she's called, this is the space of the lotus, the space of the 1,000 petals, where we blossom open. Right? And in restoring the lotus, we consider healing. If there is healing involved, let's back up. Like the 6th chakra, it is less a matter of healing this area than it is of developing a capacity that has previously been asleep. If there is healing involved, it is to remove ourselves from the constant demands of the outside world, rid ourselves of false beliefs, and experience a personal and direct connection with Divine Source, in whatever form it may speak to us. We open this chakra by developing the capacity for stillness, concentration, and focus, for which there is no better tool than meditation and repetition. So in particular, as we're moving through the Kirtan Kriya, as we move through the mantra and the syllables at the end, that's incredibly not only healing or calming for this energy, but it develops the capacity to believe in divinity, to go beyond the practical. I believe the floor is beneath me. I believe there are clouds in the sky. These are things I see with my senses that I can touch and see and hear. But really, this is a belief that is beyond the senses, and that needs awakening to some degree. We can be awake to the senses, but we can be asleep to what lies beyond them. And beyond them is this endless capacity for love and for light that is your birthright, that is innate to who you are. And so as we find the repetition through the fingertips, through the mantra at the end of our practice, our body is prepared and strong and clear, and in these syllables we can fall into something we can't see or touch, but we can feel with a different sense. And we can expand with a different type of intellect. We are wiser in more ways than we realize. Too much information without proper organization can be overwhelming. And this is just such a description of the day today. I had to sit for a few minutes before we began today. I had been busy, I had been running errands, I had been thinking and talking, organizing. And the response that I require is to sit and pause. And in the pause, I remember there's something more. There's something holding me. And the overwhelm is blocking me from feeling that. So I need to allow it to settle. When excess energy flows to the crown, as it does naturally when we are in stress or crisis, confusion, frustration, or disassociation can result. And this happens to all of us from time to time. But when the stress is chronic, the states become part of our operating system. And then the crown chakra goes into a state of a free spin, similar to an obsessive state of the mind. We have excess energy in the head, but we can't think straight. Too much information, but we don't know what to do. Many people get headaches when this happens, as the upward pressure builds at the crown unreleased. When the body is frozen, it is less able to handle a charge, and the excess goes to the head, where it creates confusion. At this point, it's time to do grounding, meditation, or vigorous exercise to calm or discharge excess energy. And reading that made me think of the har. So we clear and we clear and we clear, and this upward aspect of the energy that's rising from the body to notice all that it is. This transcendent wave moves through us, can be overwhelming. And the way that we respond is bring it back down. We do the squats, down into the feet, up into the body. Right? We fold and unfold. Very, very busy in the mechanics of who we are. So that when we sit still, we've discharged that overwhelm. We've discharged the sensation of that blocks our awareness of something greater. So notice when you're overwhelmed. Know that overwhelm is a distraction from all the guidance that supports you. Notice if there's like a pressure in your head, and if so, get back in your body, stamp your feet, run up and down the stairs, do your squats, come to your practice, discharge that excess. And as you sit and as we move through this mantra, feel how that is creating an organized structure of awareness. And right there, we don't have to try. We're just repeating, and the repetition is creating structure, and the structure is increasing our capacity to know and participate in divinity. That's the whole explanation and reason for this sequence right there. So here we go. Palms together, heart high. You get too heady, come back in your body. You get stuck in your body, get still and know there's something more. You are both. Ong Namo, I bow to everything outside of me. All that is created, all that is destroyed, all that came before and all that comes after. Guru Dev Namo, I bow to everything inside of me. All the ways I have been, all that I will be, all that is right now. Together. 3 times, inhale. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Roll your wrists, roll your shoulders, shake it out, and come to kneel. Hands and knees. So familiar perhaps at this point. Just settle in, the movement becoming meditation. The movement quieting your mind. Tuck your chin, drop your head, hips side to side. And dropping the navel, roll forward, open the throat, exhale, round. And continue. Turn your left thumb left. Try to draw your hands apart. So your left thumb is pointing forward and your left fingertips are turning left. Keep that moving, or turn your left fingers back. Open and close. Four, 3, 2, Turn your left fingers forward, turn your right thumb forward, your right fingers right. The movement in your spine continues. Try to draw your hands apart, spread your back, the base of your neck. Work there, or turn your fingers again. Right fingertips back, right thumb turns right. Five, 4, 3, 2, and center. And child's pose. Hips to your heels, drum out your fingers, wag of the tail. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. And just bend one knee, bend the other. Walk it out. Step your right foot to your right thumb and put your left knee down. And as you come up, just a little bit forward and back. Deepening the crease of your hip, opening the left side. And bring your right armpit in front of your right knee, and the hips continue a little forward, a little back. As your hips come forward, your chest comes forward. Your chest broadens, your eyes, your gaze widen. And then pause. Putting the top of your back foot flat. And let the top of the foot be heavy. Let the left shin be heavy. Let the hips draw forward. Lengthen the back of your neck. Widen your eyes. And step back, finding your dog. And the left foot will step up, the right knee comes down. The hips forward and back. Make a little space, just taking your time. And as you put your left armpit to your left kneecap, let your hips come forward and back. As they go back, there's a rounding. As they come forward, the bend of the knee takes your heart forward. As you take your heart forward, widen your gaze. See into the left eye corner, the right eye corner, up above you, down below. Breathe to the throat, to the chest, to the navel, and out from the navel, the chest, to the throat. Top of the back foot flattens. And step back, downward facing dog. Walk your feet to your hands. Sit down. Knees bend, toes up, navel back. And in this posture, fold your fingers back, your thumbs up. Coming forward, split your hands. And then sit back. Changing hands each time. Inhale, open, exhale, back. Feet are strong. You're moving from the soles of your feet right to your navel. And as you're ready and steady, close your eyes. Good. Sitting up tall, hands on thighs. Feeling a coalescing of your action into energy, and the energy up through toward the crown of the head. Fold your blanket in half again. Sit with your heels wide. Shake out your feet, shake out your knees. And move from side to side. And so the magic of this sequence, these sequences of Kundalini Yoga, is that they do both. They give us the release through the motion. We get into the body, and then as we stay in the repetition, the mind can stay in that structure, in that pattern, and be calmed. And folding over the thigh, hands on either side, hands wide at the center, folding down to open and to fold. Good. And then reaching inside a little bit further, and the outside hand reaching back. One more each side, folding and unfolding through the legs, through the navel, out the hands to sit tall. Feeling the sides of the body wake and lengthen. Interlace your fingers and circle through the middle. Inhale across the front and exhale right across the back. And reverse. And sit tall. So we grow accustomed to stimulating our energy, stirring ourselves up, and then settling down through it all. So that that stirring up doesn't become an agitation. The stirring up is a freedom, a flow, and then a settling, a focusing, a stabilization. Onto your back. Knees are bent, feet are flat. And bring your blocks. All of those folds open the back body, and the blocks help to open the front. Lift your hips, blocks down, they meet at their sides. so that they're lowest setting. Heels under your knees, palms down, shoulders under. Left hand overhead today. Start there. So the left shoulder softens. The left side chest lifts. So there's a little arch to the back, and you sit the back of your left hip into the block, and you let your left knee move softly side to side. And then the left hand comes down and the right hand comes up. Dropping your shoulder, your right ribs rise and your right knee moves. And all the ways in which the right side structure of your spine and your ribs, the muscles along the spine, the muscles that hold your spine to your pelvis to your legs to your hips, let all of that start to just ease off and down. Lift your hips, set the blocks on their sides, your hips back down, palms down, left hand overhead, left elbow heavy, left shoulder tucks under, and the left knee moves a little bit. So all the ways, if you thought of your left hip like a fist that was held closed, how could you soften that grip of the left side hip, left side underside of your rib, where the rib meets the diaphragm, the shoulder meets the arm, and then down, and the right hand overhead, and the right knee moves, and the right ribs rise, and you are opening that grip of your right hip. And you pause center. And bring it down and lift your hips and turn your block onto its tail. Heart high, shoulders down, and the left hand overhead. And a little tap of your left heel now. Tap, 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 tap. And let that just shake the tension out of your thigh, out of your hip, out of your left shoulder. And open the left side hip and the left hand down. And the right hand overhead, and a little tap of your right heel. Opening the right thigh, right hip, right chest, right hand. And down. And lift your hips and move the blocks aside, and now notice your body. And give it the hint of a smile. Bring your knees to your chest. Shake out your feet, shake out your knees, and roll your way up. Feet flat. Elbows in front of your shins. This will be exhale, standing up tall. Left hand holds right. This is in and out and down and rising up and out and down. Inhaling up and over to the left. Exhaling out and down. And down. One more each side. And arms wide. Fold your fingers in, keep your palms open, thumbs point forward, little reverse circles. Deepen your breathing, soften your knees. Hug your heels towards each other to hug your navel towards your spine. And feel how these little circles are drawing your shoulder blades towards your spine and flushing the breath. Gets a little bigger, a little brighter. Turn your thumbs up. Reach from the heart to the knuckles. Turn your thumbs back. Palms open to the center, circling. The chest is opening. Turn your thumbs back. It'll lift the front of your chest. Draw your navel to your spine. Hug your heels towards one another. 3, 2. And hands all the way up. Interlace your fingers. Press, wag your tail. Reach, reach, reach. And then widen down. Noticing that we're enlivened, that the movement of the physical body is here to remind us of how much divinity lies within us. As we bring that energy into the body, we experience immanence in our soul. And as we move our physical body and it shifts our state of mind, and our thoughts and our choices begin to elevate themselves, our perspective on what's possible is rising, we experience transcendence of the spirit. These are the two forces of Sahasrara, bringing the divine into the body, and from the body rising to meet the source of the body, meeting the source of the self. Down to a seat. And we begin the Kriya right here. All of that was simply preparation so that we are available, calm, and strong. Palms facing you. Turning left and turning right. Inhale left, exhale right. Work here. Heart stays high. If possible, your thumbs touch your shoulders, your palms face the floor. In left, out right. Elbows high and wide. Heart is high. So work there, or the palms face forward. If you turn your palms forward and it means you have to round your back, then turn your palms back down. If there's space, interlace your fingers, the base of your skull. Close your eyes and continue. Inhale left, exhale right. Discharge the excess intellectualism, the excess information of this modern moment, and activate the divinity that's yours. 4, 3, 2, center. Inhale, hands high, 3 sips more. Tuck your chin, hold it all, pause, little shimmy, go up, go up, go up. Lift the pelvic floor. And the chin comes up and the breath goes out and the hands come down. Shake out your legs. Keep the quiet you've made. Recross your legs. Hands on thighs to fold down. And inhale up. Most modified. So with the hands on your thighs, you're taking your heart forward, drawing the shoulder blades back and up. You're on the outside edges of your feet. If you have more space, add the strap behind you. Your palms facing back. The strap across the palms. As you fold, the hands come up and then down. Exhale to fold, inhale to rise, being wise about your shoulders. If you have more space, narrow your hold on the strap or interlace your fingers for the full gesture, folding down and rising up. Three, 2, 1 more. And coming up. Hands on thighs, pause to notice. The energy is activated, directed toward the crown of your head, and then let it stabilize. Balancing itself. Not too much, not too little. A familiarity with you. Set your blocks, blankets aside. Bend your knees. Walk your heels ahead of your knees and put your palms down behind you. Widen your elbows. Roll back. And as you wrap your elbows in, press your hands down, heart comes up. So elbows widen, you roll down, elbows gather in, you rise up. And one more, you widen your elbows, rolling down, elbows wrap in, rising up to pause. To lengthen the arms, to plug into the thumbs. Open your mouth, whisper of ha. Steady breath, close your eyes, out the nose. As you flatten your feet, let it pull your hips up. As you lift your toes, drop your seat. Steady breath. Here we go. Hips up. Inhale, hold the breath. 3 more sips. Tuck your chin, as though capping the energy in your body. Give a little wag of the tail, hold it, hold it. Chin comes up, breath goes out, hips come down, hands on thighs. Sit tall and notice. So right here, it can be that sensation, a little bit overwhelming. And in overwhelm, what do? Our awareness of Sahasrara. When I feel overwhelmed, come into my body, standing tall, knees bent, tail back, inhaling, coming up, exhale, sitting down. So we're coming into the depth of our body. We're taking all that overactive energy and putting it down, burning it up in the quadriceps, pressing it down through the heels. If you have more space, bring your hips right down to your heels. Wherever it is that this squat serves you to stay steady, to stay regular in your movement and regular in your breathing, we go right there. 12 more. Turn your palms forward, notice. Take it right away, hands up high. Sweep down the backs of your legs and fold in. You may continue right there. Hands down the backs of your legs, gives you good support. Or the hands above you, arms beside the ears, folding down and unfolding. So if you have a tender low back, it's important to use your hands down the backs of your legs, arms out long this way. The physics of it, you're a longer lever. So it's a bigger ask on your low back. Make sure you choose the one that serves tomorrow's practice. It's making you stronger without injury. One more. All the way down. We'll meet at the top. And widen your hands as though holding a ball. Go to the right. Go to the left. Inhale left, exhale right. So the heels hug towards one another. The navel is strong. The fingertips are loose. 2, and 1. Hands high, 3 more sips. Bring it up. Tuck your chin, lift your pelvic floor, hug your heels in, and draw your attention up through the body, through the navel, through the heart, tuck of the chin. All the energy captured in the body being from the hips to the throat. As needed, the chin comes up, the breath out, the hands widen down. And an integration, a balance from top to bottom, front to back, inside, outside, yesterday, tomorrow. What was and what is, balancing. All of it is accessible. All of it is who you are. Hands on hips, shake out your feet. And again, if that begins to generate too much energy, we disperse it. We come back into the body. So if you're agitated, go for a brisk walk. Each tap of the heel here is a hug, an expulsion, a sound, a making, a doing. Hug, hug, hug. Quicker, hug, hug, hug. Maybe a hop, hug, 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 hug. Getting rid of overwhelm, getting rid of drama, getting rid of trauma, so that we're really in the weight of our own body, in the movement of our own feet, in the sound of our own voice. Hug, 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 hug. 15 seconds. Hug, 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 hug. 5, 4, 3, 2, and stand. Palms forward or hands on body. There's a brilliance that surrounds you. There's a radiance that's within you. Deep, smooth breathing. Move it around if it needs to, until it settles. As you come to this seat, just land for a beat and close your eyes and notice. Notice if it's quiet. In that quiet, feel the fact that you've come this far through your practice. Feel a quality of satisfaction. Because that satisfaction will trigger both within you and outside of you, satisfaction says, I'm ready for what's next. I did that. That was great. And now what's next can come to you. And if you give it a little bit of joy, then the next thing that you're ready for is something that will conclude with a little bit of joy. I'm ready. I'm engaged. I'm present. I am. And so from believing, we become. I don't just believe, I am. And I am because I did it, because I started and I stuck with it, and then I finished it. And in the finishing, I said, I did that. And whether we did it well or whether we didn't, we let that go. And that makes space for what is next. And there's a little bit of a vacuum. That's done. And because it's done and it's completed and it's leaving, that's drawing through you what will follow. And when we start what's next, from that place of readiness, we receive what we're ready for. And then we stay with it. We do the best we can. And when it's done, it's done. And I am satisfied. And in that satisfaction, I release it and I am ready for what's next. That it becomes this incredible upward spiral. Not just a cycle, but it's rising, it's elevating us. We begin, we do the work, we bring it to close, the next can come through. So be satisfied with yourself. You don't reach back and pick at your own work and pull it apart, because then it's not really done. And that energy of picking and criticizing and, I could have done it better, you don't want to magnetize that. You did it. Be satisfied, and on we go. This is how we make more. Thumb and first fingertips touch, that's sa, the birth. Middle finger and thumb, ta, the work, the continuation, the life. Ring finger and thumb, na, the death, the conclusion, the satisfaction, the fulfillment. And pinky is ma, the return, the restart, the what's next. Put it together. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. With each repetition, feel it in your fingers, feel it in your mouth, feel it in your breath, and feel a little pulse of energy right at the forehead center, each one. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Sa, ta, na. Whisper. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Sa, ta, silently. Moving the syllables with the fingertips, repeating the syllables in your mind, and feeling that pulse of light at the forehead center. Keep coming back to the sensation. Fingertips coming together. Syllables in your mind. Whisper, sa, ta, na, ma, 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 sa, ta. Speaking, sa, ta, na, ma, 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 Satanama, 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 Satanama. Pause. Just stay totally still. One more minute. Being completely done, and yet not stepping into what's next, staying into that fertile void, rich with every possibility. Stay right there. Feel as though you could lean into it without moving. I am this. All that may be possible rests in me, in this sweet space. As you move into your day this afternoon, notice what feels easy and what feels blocked. And just start to notice there's a message in that ease. Not meaningless ease, not entertain me here ease, but rich, informative, important ease. Be steered, listen for what comes to you from here. Be complete and be ready for what is next. Sweep wide, I am this, Sat Nam. Thumbs to the forehead center. Long Sat, short Nam, inhaling. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. See myself. Namaste, I see you. Keep coming into who you're made to be. Only you can play that role. I need you in this depth to call forward what you are here to show, to shine, to offer, to trust in that. I am in full trust of the wisdom of my soul. I am in full radiance of the power of my spirit. This is the practice. Be ready. Be ready. Don't do it with your mind. Go bigger. Beyond your direct senses, beyond your intellect. Feel with something different. It's there. It's yours. day 38. Replay it tomorrow, that'll be 39. I will do vinyasa and a kriya. Again, the kriya for intuition that we've been doing on Saturday. Such a great complement to what we're doing here. And again, if it's overwhelming, whenever the energy is overwhelming, get in your body. Start in the asana. Asana creates a base. The base creates a stable place. From that stability, we shake off doubt and fear. I feel strong, I feel steady, I can do this. We allow more activation. Gets overwhelming, get in your body. Then get activated. And come back on Sunday and we conclude 8 a.m. online and 10:15 in person. And then a 2-week break. I will see you so soon. During that break, if you would like, I've made 3 practices, 30-minute asana, 30-minute kriya, 30-minute breath practice. And you can use them together, you can use them singly, they mix and match. You've got a whole year to go back and choose from if there's anything you want to repeat. And I will start again November 21st. Grand, grand. If you want access to those 30-minute sequences, those are automatically going to the people who have set up a recurring payment with me. If you're not on that list, then contact me directly. Send me an email, send me a message. We'll work it out. I'll see you soon.